Hey there, Grace Chapel Foxborough family. Here is your weekly updates. First, starting with the resource wall. If you didn't get a chance to come check this out on Sunday, you gotta come stop by because look at all of these resources that have been curated just for you. And here's how it works real quick. First of all, you can go ahead and just take the slip, bring it home with you. You can decide later what to do with the resource. But if you know right away after reading the summary that you want this book, there's a QR code, you can scan it, and boom, there's a place where you can order it. But they're not all just books, there's also podcasts and other things. There's podcasts and apps, and there's all kinds of resources over here. Over here, you're gonna notice a staff pick, which this month we're highlighting Blair's pick, which wouldn't you know it, is Lead with Prayer, leading into our month of prayer in October. Maybe you consider scanning the QR code, but don't worry, it's also a slip. It's like this was done on purpose. But then there's a spot here for your pick. So if you see something, or rather if you know of a resource that you don't see up here on this wall, you can scan this QR code that will take you to a form where you can tell us all about the resource. Again, it doesn't have to be a book. It can be a podcast, a video, a movie of some kind that has made an impact in your walk of faith. Well, tell us why and how it's made that impact and why we should throw it up on the resource wall. We would love to highlight your picks right here. Secondly, happening later that evening, still October 19th, but at 5:30 p.m., right here in the Den, we're gonna be hosting our 55 plus folks for some dinner. Now, you heard me right, that's dinner. For our 55 plus community, and listen, it's gonna be made by Sherry. All right, so you know dinner's just gonna be delightful, okay? We would love to make sure that we make enough food for everybody, so please RSVP by going to grace.org/Foxborough. Now, I do want to say this about that dinner. Our church has been buzzing with young families and little kids running around, and that's great and that's beautiful, and we're glad that they're here. But if we make that our main focus or our only thing that we do, then we'd be missing out on something essential. We wouldn't be who we want to be without our 55 plus community. You're not just the ones who make things possible. You're the ones who carry wisdom and perspective and stories of God's faithfulness. You're mentors, you're prayer warriors, you're encouragers, and we just want to celebrate you. So this dinner is not just about food and fellowship, it's about honoring the ways that you continue to shape the life of our church. It's a thank you. So, block out that date, October 19th, RSVP at grace.org/Foxborough. Now, that's not even the last thing happening on the 19th. Also happening in that evening, here down in the hub, our students and their families, let's see, what are they gonna be doing? Packing goodie bags for kids in the hospital. This is being led by our very own Kim Gatto, who is turning this idea to honor her mom into a movement that she is calling Bundles of Brave. So be sure to stay tuned to learn more about that in the coming weeks and months. And I also just want to spin this for no reason. What else is happening in the life of our church? Oh my goodness, October is a month of prayer. So maybe you missed the kickoff Zoom meeting and prayer meeting on October 1st. That's okay. There's so much more happening throughout the month. First and foremost is that there are going to be daily devotionals. So be sure to head to grace.org/season of prayer to sign up and get those devotionals sent straight to your inbox. Is that everything? Let's see. Nope. Yeah, it's not all the announcements. No way, not even close, because there's this one really huge important one that I won't be making for a whole month, and so I'm begging you guys, please listen to this one. If you've missed everything else I've talked about, listen to this. November 29th, Light Uptown. Light Uptown. There's a little description there. If you need to pause it, go ahead. That's fine. Light Uptown happening Saturday, November 29th. We're going to need volunteers. We're going to need people to just come and have fun. We're going to have dinner afterwards like we always do. So
circle it on the calendar. For you, for the family, for extended relatives, for coworkers, for people who haven't been to Foxborough yet. It's worth flying in. You're a crazy aunt or uncle that lives out in California. Fly him in. Fly him in for that day, the 29th of Saturday of November.
And lastly, as a reminder, I'm heading out for the month of October on sabbatical. You are being left in the very capable hands of Pastor Ruthie, as well as our amazing Foxborough staff here in Blair, in Meg, and Jolanda. Looking forward to a month of refreshment and time with family for sure. So that means that this will be the last video announcement until I return in November. I know, I hear you crying from here. It's okay, it's okay. You'll survive without these video announcements for one whole month. And for those who care, because listen, I know you've been praying, and I know you've been cheering them on ever since, but the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're 3-1 heading into the bye week. So thanks for your prayers, thanks for your support. I have people texting me now, texting me updates about the Steelers, checking in to see how they're doing. I love that. I love that. Maybe you don't cheer against them or cheer for them when it's against the Patriots, but you still care. And that means everything. Grace Chapel Foxborough, I love being on this journey with you. I will see you again in November. I'm out.